guess, you know, I'm just a normal person like everyone else. I don't walk around, you know, looking over my shoulder every 2 seconds. I don't live in that environment, you know. I'm a normal guy who lives in a decent suburb in Melbourne, so, you know, I don't go to nightclubs and bars and stuff like that. So I'm not on alert 24/7. And my job, you know, I'm an instructor and I'm a personal trainer, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. But if I'm in an environment where there's some element of danger, of course, then I would be on alert. Like most people, you know, Bruce Lee was an idol as a kid, and especially when I was in the Wing Chun world, you know, everyone knew that Bruce Lee did Wing Chun, so, you know, it was like, you got to do Wing Chun, but as we know, he evolved it and moved on from that. But yeah, he was a big inspiration for me. I had posters all over the wall. We used to make nunchuckers as kids and all that kind of stuff, but like a lot of people. But so yeah, I'm sort of, it was great, you know, being, you know, having that sort of idol at that age. But I think I've moved on now and looking at other things. Yeah. I love MMA. I'm a big fan of MMA. I watch almost every fight I can. I think it's great. Well, it's probably the best sport ever, as far as I'm concerned. As far as self-defense of MMA, I mean, if you're a good MMA fighter, you can defend yourself, no doubt about it. But the only difference is that you don't deal with weapons, and you don't deal with multiple opponents. And sometimes, you know, you can be the best MMA fighter, but all it takes is some guy to come out with a knife, and you've never seen that before in training, and that can be difficult to deal with if you're not used to it. So I think MMA is great, but if you're looking at doing self-defense, you know, you'd want to start incorporating maybe some weapon defense, multiple opponent defense, and then also maybe, you know, consider, you know, the punching element of MMA. You know, you're wearing a glove, you're wearing a wrap, you can punch someone in the head and your hand's protected. But if you do that in the street, you know, you punch someone's head, there's a good chance you could shatter your hand or break your hand. So there's that element that doesn't cross over in self-defense as much. But definitely, I mean, if you're an MMA fighter, you know, I don't want to fight those guys, that's for sure. But if you take a good MMA fighter and, you know, give him some of the street self-defense skills, you know, he's going to be a machine for sure. Difference between, I guess, modern martial arts and traditional martial arts is sort of evolution, I guess. Every sort of system, whether it's a martial arts system or, you know, the way this camera operates, you know, everything evolves. Everything must improve and get better. So I think that's, with the sort of the modern self-defense, I think we drop in a lot of traditional stuff that sort of is more about the art side of it. That you know, is good as an art, and it's great if you're doing it for the art form, but a lot of the stuff doesn't apply to self-defense. You know, a lot of the, you know, I know there'll be people who argue that and say, yeah, you know, you can do everything in your kata, it works in self-defense, but in the end, you know, if you're holding your hand down your hip, I mean, that's not going to give you any self-defense skills at all. You know, you need to have your hands up, protecting your head, that kind of thing. So, but traditional martial arts is great for a foundation. You know, if you have a traditional martial art, you know, that's a great stepping stone to move on to other training, because you've already developed good body awareness, balance, strength, agility, all this kind of stuff that you will get from your traditional martial arts. It's fantastic. And you know, and if you go from there into a self-defense system, you've got a massive head start.